Hello, everybody. It's time for another science time. Um, I think I'm just going to be ditching the thumbnail because even though I kind of like the science time thumbnail I made, it never really tells you what is in the the video, and it's just easier to have YouTube fix the thumbnail for me because I'm lazy. Um, so this is scheduled to come after Legend of Grimrock. I hope you all have enjoyed that Let's Play, just because I need some extra time. And this, Popular Mechanics, All Living Birds Share an Iridescent Ancestor. This is actually a pretty interesting article, and I wanted to, if I see an interesting article, I'm going to highlight it. I'm not going to show you the whole article because I want you to look at it yourself. But I do want to say, Laura, uh, God, I'm sorry. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your last name. Laura Bisis. Okay, I lied. I tried to pronounce it. I'm sure that's probably wrong. Okay, every once in a while, you'll hear me complain about people who are uh, put on science duty. uh, and it seems that a lot of women who don't really care about science are put on science duty, and the reports are poorly written. And it seems to be like two women for every one man who are put on science duty who don't know what the hell they're talking about. She knows what she's talking about. I love this report. This fantastic report. And I wanted to make a point about that because every once in a while I'll see a report and I'll share it on Twitter or Facebook, and it'll be written by an idiot, and I'll climb down on them. And one time my friend said, "You seem to be climbing down on women." I was like, "No, it's not because they're women. It's because there is a real problem with how science is treated by a lot of companies, a lot of newspaper companies, and they will get the young girl and say who says, "Oh yeah, this is cool. I fucking love science." Oh God, I hate that site, by the way. It's devolved. It used to be good, like when it first came out 20 years ago or whenever it was. It is devolved, like you won't believe. Uh, and it's like the editors think that their pep will make up for whether or not they know what they're talking about, which is really awful because there is a real push to get more women, more young girls interested in STEM, and it is imperative that the interest is generated by people who know what they're talking about, not by people who have a lot of pep and don't know what they're talking about. At the same time, like I said, it seems to be like 2 to 1. For every 2 women who don't know what they're talking about, one man doesn't know what they're talking about. And when I see a man mouthing off, I go after them too. Because science is no place for people who don't know what the hell they're talking about. There are 2 guys on YouTube that drive me nuts. One of them I really enjoy and I still watch because most of the time he gets stuff right. Um, the other guy, I just couldn't take anymore. He was repeating stupid stuff about gravity, stuff that is. He was discussing magnetic attraction and confusing that with gravity, and I couldn't take it anymore. Um, However, Laura is incredibly. This is a fantastic report, and I am going to be watching Laura because I enjoy the intelligence which has been used to craft this wonderful article. Um, she reported it as she should. She did research as she should. She asked the right questions. This is a great report. The summary of the report: descendant of the dinosaur, the bird dinosaur, right? Apteratic or whatever it is. I can't pronounce it. Neorinathim is the descendant, or Neorimet. Oh God, what is it? I'm gonna scroll down here. What's the name of that dinosaur? Uh, it's not even here. Ah, It must be down further, and I don't want to put this on the video. So, anyway, the point is, like, the descendant of the Aptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptoraptorap Neornithe is the descendant. Neornithe, I believe. I'm trying to do it from memory. Um, that is the dinosaur that had the fluorescent plumage for birds, and this discusses how important this whole report is. And it's an actual report, thank God. And the scientists doing the study it's an actual study. You know, for the last 20 years, studies in journals have been trash. Like, oh, we evaluated like 50 people, or we evaluated like 200 people. If you're not evaluating 500 minimum to 3,000 subjects or people, then you've got a trash study. Unless you're running multiple studies concurrently, you know, like 10 studies of 100 people. And that, you know, I mean, sometimes you have to have several studies that have small groups of people, but you run them concurrently with different groups. That's legitimate. But, you know, if you don't have a big enough sampling size, you got nothing. Anyway, these guys ran a sampling size of like 5,000 something, and they're doing this genome thing, and they're looking into DNA and evolution and all that stuff. And anyway, I'm summarizing it because I don't want to talk about it too much, but it's like the importance of this report and the importance of the study relates into how we're expanding knowledge of DNA, genes, you know, by nature, RNA, chromosomes, etc., blah, blah, blah. Development of biological adaptations in various species, which helps us understand even more so the medical nature of genetic encoding and how to use that in future scientific endeavors. So they're studying plumage, but they're doing it in a way where they're exploring DNA. And they don't really talk about what I just said in this report. I'm just saying this is why this report is important, because there's a halo effect of what this information is going to generate and going to do for the scientific community. Now, obviously, there's a lot of work to be done. And, you know, I'm not saying you're going to discover a cure for cancer. What I'm saying is the more technology evolves to do these studies, the more that technology is available for other studies and other purposes. And so that's why I find this fantastic that they've gotten so far in evaluating how this plumage has gotten, because that means that this technology can be used for other things. The information they gain from the study, of course, is going to be used for stuff pertaining to evolution, feathers, pigmentation, that section of DNA strands, and all that good stuff, which could potentially be used for other species. Of course, this is a study of multiple species. So, I don't know. I just found this very interesting. The conclusions that they came up with and all that stuff was fantastic. So go ahead, give this a read. I'm always interested in scientific advancements. You know, science is interconnected, right? This is like paleontology and genetic, you know, medical genetic information mixed with paleontology and all that stuff. So you got multiple classes of multiple fields of scientific study coming together. That's how important scientific study is, to cross over different fields. You get amazing little discoveries like this, and those discoveries can have a halo effect with other discoveries. You know, designing a pen to use in space doesn't just produce a pen for space. It also raises the importance level and knowledge of what it takes to design a pen for space, Anyway, I've been rattling on. It's 10 minutes. Check this out. I'm going to put a link in the video. Laura, you are a wonderful writer. I highly respect. This is I highly inspect your respect, not inspect. I highly respect your report. This is an incredible read. 3-minute read. That's a lowball estimate. I spent at least a good 5 or 10 minutes looking this over and reading it. And, I don't like to skim read. I think skim reading is a disservice to the language and to knowledge. So, don't give this a screen. It says 3-minute read. Spend as much time as you did listening to this video. Have a wonderful day. Take care. I love you all. See ya. Take care. Have fun. Bye.